Make me back. Na, 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 na. Let's see if there's anyone still up. It's gonna be interesting. I believe it's public. Wow. There's a person still up. How's it going? How are you doing? I'm just waiting for more people to join. Then I'm going to start talking about what today's call is about. Okay. Who left? Hello, welcome. Whoever joined there, how's it going? How are you doing? What's up, guys? What's up? How's it going? How are you doing? Please let me know in the chat where you're from, how old you are. I hope you're above 18 years old. Good, how are you? I'm doing well, Chris. Thank you. Please let me know your age and where you're from. Okay. Got to make sure that you're above 18 years old. I'm doing very well. I'm going to talk about the Order of the Grail of the Serpent today. 26 Sydney. Okay, good. I'm going to talk about the Order of the Grail of the Serpent. I'm just waiting for more people to join. Yeah, but the Order of the Grail of the Serpent is my personal order. And saying my personal order is probably not the right way to put it. It is the order, my order, and the order of the people that are in the order, right? So it's our order of the initiates of the Grail of the Serpent. Yeah. So I'm opening the order up for new people. Yeah. And you can apply to join. You can apply to join. Yeah. 3 people. I'm waiting for more people to join. Please let me know, guys. Please let me know. Yeah, it's just a bad time. It's just a bad time over here. It's about 10:30. It's just a bad time. Everybody's asleep. My usual audience is probably sleeping. That's the problem here. Okay, but still 4 people. That's awesome. Yeah, welcome, guys. Please let me know your age and where you're from. Just type in your age and where you're from. Let's hope more people join. More people join. Very spontaneous. Let's see. Great people. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. 1 second. All right, 3, 4, 3, 4. We'll see how many people join here, but I'm going to talk about the order anyways. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Order of the Grail of the Serpent today. The Order of the Grail of the Serpent is an initiatic order where you learn my magical system. How are you, Frank? I'm doing very well, thank you very much. So the Order of the Grail of the Serpent is my personal order, and beer grew very fast. It's my personal order, but saying my order is not the right way to put it, because it's the order of everybody inside of the order. Okay, we feed an egregore together, and we all help each other. And I'm the teacher in that order, so people learn from me. So this initiatic order, where you learn my personal magic, where you learn my personal magical system, is open. Is open for new people. All right. So I'm posting a link here in the chat. I'm posting a link here in the chat, and request access to that group, and then you can apply for the order. You can apply to join the order. Good morning. What's up, Chide? How's it going? Chide, you're on the same time. You're in the same time zone as me, right? So over here it's almost 11 a.m. It's 10:40. Yeah, I think you're in Sweden, right? Sweden is, I think, in the same time zone as Germany. Okay, cool. So yeah, the time right now is just not very good, because most people are asleep. You know, it's very late in the U.S. and other time zones. So it's probably not the ideal timing for this live stream, right? But like I said, this is about the order of the Grail of the Serpent. And listen, the initiatic order of the Grail of the Serpent teaches you my personal magical system, and not only that, see, my magical system is essentially a polytheism. It is the underlying thing where you learn what makes all magic work. Okay, you learn what makes all magic work, and then you can go into any system and use any system very easily. Okay, but before that, you need to know how to get magic to work, and that's exactly what we're talking about, what you're learning in the Order of the Grail of the Serpent. Yeah. So the Order of the Grail of the Serpent right now, currently, is open for new members. So if you go onto that link that I posted in the chat and request access to that group, I'm gonna let you into that group, and then you can message me and ask, or apply rather. You can apply for the order. Yeah, and we're then going to talk about if you're a good fit or not. And if so, you can learn my magical system. You can basically become an initiate in my system. You become an initiate, and you can become connected to the egregore of the Grail of the Serpent, and you become part of a big family of people that take care of each other. Will the past lessons be available in the order, or this order is only live for the people who are present at the time the live is going on? Is getting in for your order easy, or is it difficult? I don't understand the first question, to be honest. Will the past lessons be available in the order, or this order is only live for the people who are only present at that time the live is going on? I think you're asking me if this live will stay up on YouTube. No, I'm probably going to leave. It's just what's the word? Not enough people, so it's probably going to be deleted. I'm just going to go live again talking about this order, right? But for you, this is a great opportunity, because nobody else is seeing that. You see the link, you have the opportunity to apply right now, right? Is getting into your order easy, or is it difficult? I'll tell you what, the main characteristic, or the only thing that matters for me to get into the order or not, I don't care about what level you're at when it comes to magic, because you're gonna learn things from scratch anyways. But what's important to me is your ethics. You need to be a good person to be in the order. I need to be able to trust you. I need people who I can trust their word. That's basically the thing. If accepted, do we need to set up an altar dedicated to the Grail? If accepted, I mean, it depends on what you consider an altar. All right, depends on what you consider an altar. You don't necessarily need a big thing. You need, like, it's enough if you have a small area of your room that you can dedicate to the work with the Grail of the Serpent. That's enough. You don't need a big altar or a huge table or a temple or any of that stuff. That comes later, when you have, let's say, the means to do that, or later when it becomes necessary to have a temple. But I mean, in order to join, you don't need anything. Yeah. Most magic happens in the mind, anyways, right? Like most things that you would do externally with tools and stuff like that is a distraction, anyways. So it's um, over emphasized and overstated by most people. It's not that important. Yeah. Yeah. I don't look very fit today, but that's just because I didn't sleep for a long time. Okay. I've been up for a long time. So if you wonder why I look so tired, it's because I'm tired, obviously, right? So I'm a little bit sleep deprived, but I'm a busy man. What can you say? I'm a busy man. I'm not going to work that hard when I'm 70 years old. So the only time I can do it is now, right? Good. Um, what if somebody is not good at magic and still he wants to use magic to get something that he wants through non-physical means? How can he do it? Um, Look, magic is an easy equation. It's very simple. The power of your ritual is determined by um, the power of your imagination, the clarity of your intention, and the energy that you're able to put into the ritual. Okay, so you have three factors that determine how powerful your ritual is. So the way to get better at magic is you have to get better at those three factors. And when you get good at these three factors, your magic will get better. There's no way around that, unfortunately. These are the three things that you need to become good at. You need to get to a certain level. Your imagination has to be developed to a certain extent. Your ability to direct energy needs to be developed, and your concentration needs to be developed. But the good thing is that all of those are connected. They're interconnected. So when you train one thing, you usually train all the others as well. All right. So it's kind of like it's like one mental ability that you develop, but there are different factors. And you train one factor, you automatically are training all the others as well. Yeah. I'm on a Coke Zero diet, man. It's not good. Seriously. I've been drinking so much Coke for the last 24 hours. It's crazy. Not healthy. Not healthy, man. Um, how do you build your imagination? How do you train your imagination? You use it, bro. I have that Coke Zero diet. Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to get used to that taste, right? How do you build your imagination? Like I said, you use it. Yeah, whatever you use gets stronger. Chide, for instance, Chide is here. Chide is a very strong guy. Okay, physically extremely strong. And guess how he got strong? He lifted weights and put it down. He lifted weights and put it back down. He lifted weights and put it back down. That's how he got big and strong. And it's the very same principle. You just got to use it. If you use the body and put it under stress, it gets stronger. If you use your imagination, it gets stronger. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, you need food as well. So you need nourishment for the nervous system, your imagination, which is essentially you just need some prana, some raw food. That's going to do it all. Okay, so you train your imagination, you use it, and then you eat a little bit more raw food, whatever, a salad a day or something like that. And that's the fuel. Can you get a high class girl through magic, even if you're an average looking guy? Thanks, brother. You always put in the right words. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. Can you get a high class girl through magic? Even if you're an average looking guy? I'm not going to answer that, bro. I'm not going to answer that. what you should do is, look, you never chase something, okay? You upgrade yourself until what you want to chases you. That's the general principle in life. So you should use magic to upgrade yourself, and then this high level girl that you're looking for is probably going to start chasing you. All right. Now the good thing as men is, I think what most men don't understand is that, bro, we can always improve. We can work on ourselves, bro. If you're if you're a guy, you have time on your side and you can work on yourself. Yeah. A lot of things that you can do. Your looks aren't that important. Of course, they are important. They matter, but it's not everything. There are other factors that are way more important. If you're a girl and you're ugly, you fucked up, bro. See what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that in any malicious way. I'm not trying to start a fight here or make anyone feel bad, but it's just the truth. Okay, let's be honest. Um, I fix my energy, then my problems fixes themselves. Yeah, exactly. Uh, what do you see coming in regards to the economy and food shortage this fall? Oh, Jesus. Okay, how will you take advantage of it? I'm not. I don't believe there will be a food shortage. If you live in anywhere in the Western world, you're not going to experience a food shortage. Okay, there's it's virtually impossible that famine's going to happen. All right, yeah, I'm guessing you're referring to um, the the lack of wheat from Ukraine. I mean, it's going to influence the prices of that stuff. Oil, of course, is going to be influenced, but listen, it's how do I take advantage of that? The thing is, the situation with Russia. What you can observe is when you look at the markets, you will see a pattern, which is the following. Okay, so there is a brutal whatever attack on Ukraine right now, right? That sends the markets down. Okay, and then what you're going to see is a couple of days um, of silence, or not silence, but a couple of days of peace, if that makes sense. Okay, it's not that crazy, right? And then another crazy headline, another crazy attack. Putin attacks where this, that, and the other, right? And then you're going to see the markets crash again. So what you're seeing is essentially um, they're when they launch news that get people excited and create anxiety, the markets are affected by that. Okay, so if you are an institutional investor, which is like a hedge fund or something like that, you are moving liquidity. Okay, your movements in the market mean a lot. Okay, and you're also in control of most media outlets. Okay, so you can launch news, you can tell them what to talk about. You're even in touch with do you think the oligarchs all over the world don't work together? So Putin, of course, looks at his own money as well and thinks about how to position himself and what to do and who to talk to. So the people at the top, the 1%, they all talk with each other. They don't give a fuck if it's in Russia and in the US and in Europe. They don't care. They're all interconnected. Okay, so news are being launched. Russia does their attack, and everybody at the top makes their money. Meaning, when the markets drop, they buy. They buy the dip. That's what they do, and you can see that pattern all the time. Just watch, just observe for the next week. Watch what's happening with the news about Ukraine. You're going to see a massive anxiety creating headline that moves the markets. Boom, crash. Now the people come in, buy it, and then you're going to have a couple of days of more calm, and then another headline that creates anxiety. Boom, so markets crash. So listen, the 1% or the people in power, the people high up, they're all talking, right? They're all talking, and behind the scenes, there's lots of talking going on, even between Putin and other people. You know, Putin's probably one of the richest men in the world, right? And hold on. How do you believe in something that you don't possess? And by believing that you're already having it. You start small. Start with creating an apple. You start with things that you have experienced before. Have you ever held an apple in your hand? Probably. Right? So you imagine what it felt like to have an apple in your hand, and then you start seeing it, and then you can even taste it. Right? You develop your imagination. So you work with what you know. You've experienced that before, and then step by step, you're going to be able to create things in your imagination that you've not experienced before. Any thought on Cardano? Um, Look, I mean, when it comes to investing, I mean, you're obviously talking about a crypto asset here, right? A crypto chain. So when it comes to investing, there are two things that you have to look at. And first of all, you gotta distinguish investing and trading. Okay, so the crypto markets, for the most part, in my opinion, are only about trading. All right, why? Because you got extremely high volatility, hard to predict. There are only four assets in my mind, four chains, you could say, chains or networks in the crypto world that you could consider an asset that you can invest in. Okay, so one of them is obviously Bitcoin. Then you got Ethereum. Then you got the Lightning Network, which is relatively new, and then you got Solana, this level 2 solution, Solana. Right. Everything else, in my opinion, right now is very highly speculative. So you can use that short term to make money. Absolutely, you catch a pump. You know, including with Cardano, you can catch many pumps, absolutely, but it's nothing that you should hold long term. It's definitely something that you can trade, you can make some money with it, but don't expect to make massive returns because it's highly volatile. So you're also most likely going to lose things. Another thing, when it comes to trading cryptos, don't look at the price chart, because the price chart doesn't show you the reason for the movement of the asset. The asset price is moved by liquidity. All right. So what you should look at is something called a money flow indicator. Okay. If you don't know what that is, go on Investopedia and look that up. Money flow indicators tell you where the liquidity is. Okay. All in the not just in the stock market, also in the crypto markets. What moves the market is liquidity, and the most liquidity comes in with institutional investors. Institutional investors are hedge funds or not venture capital, but hedge funds, basically big financial institutions that have a lot of money, and with one bet, with one order, they can move the entire market. Those are the people that run the game, and they control liquidity. So what you have to look at is the liquidity. Most people look at the price chart, but the price chart only tells you what the asset does. They don't show you. I mean, if you see what the asset does, you're already late because you want to benefit from something that hasn't happened yet. You got to get into the trade before the movement happens, right? Otherwise, like you can't benefit from what happened in the future. You got to trade in. You can't benefit from what happened in the past. You got to trade in the future. So the liquidity that you would see with an MFI, money flow indicator, shows you the liquidity. It shows you where the money is coming in, and shortly after, you're going to see a pump. Let's say a lot of money comes into the market. That's when the asset goes up. So you're going to see when the liquidity comes in, and now you're going to know, boom, it's going to go up. And that's really the only indicator that you can trust in the crypto markets. It's only money, meaning only liquidity that comes in. That moves the price. It's virtually impossible to research fundamentals when it comes to cryptos. Virtually impossible, because there is very little experience, historical evidence, and so on and so forth. So the only thing you can use is liquidity. Yeah. MFI, yeah, money flow index. Research that. Um, do you think it's going to be a crash soon? Do leverage, deleverage of debt, etc.? Yeah, I think we're already in a crash. See, the thing is, it's very hard to time a crash, and you shouldn't try to time a crash. What you should do is you should have a portfolio that will give you returns in any market situation. It's called a total return. Total return means that you're going to make money regardless of what the market does, and you can do that by having assets that you go short with and assets that you go long with. Okay, so you got stocks that you go long with and short with, which means that in any market situation, whether it goes up or down, you're going to be net positive. Okay, most people don't know how to do that. Most people don't even know about short selling, and if they know about short selling, they don't understand how to do it correctly. But any portfolio that is good, in my opinion, and it's not just my opinion, obviously, every good investor does that, has long assets and short assets. Okay, and that allows you to make a net positive. Most people would only go long, meaning they only buy stocks that they believe will go up, which is foolish, especially in this coming decade. Listen, we got so much inflation, we got so many demographic problems, we got so many problems with with the currencies and everything, and it's a bad environment. So the markets are going to go down in the next decade. So if you don't know how to short sell, you're fucked. Seriously. So you need to understand how to put together a total return portfolio. That's the secret. Yeah. And can you tell us about the form of voodoo that you employ? I don't practice voodoo. I practice Palomayombe, where it originated and such. Originally, well, Palomayombe comes from Cuba, but it is uh, more or less a descendant of a Congo type of sorcery. I know there are differences, voodoo, voodoo. To the uninitiated, it's very similar and sort of confusing. It's if you spend any like if you spend researching that for 1 hour, you will see a complete difference between Palomayombe, voodoo, or voodoo, and Santeria. What people usually put into one basket, they're completely different traditions. The practice is different, and everything's different about it. Everything's different. You know. So just research that a little bit, and you'll see clear differences. Clear differences. I don't know if I should ask this question. I hope you don't get offended. Why are the books that are available in bulk for? Listen, I have zero influence. I have zero influence over the pricing that bulk does. Become a living god. I have no influence on that. Okay? Um, so that's my answer. I don't make the prices. I don't create the prices there. No influence in there. Hey, dude, what's your view on radionics? Radionics. I've done extensive research with radionics. The problem is most people can't use it. Radionics does work. There is something to it, but most people will not be able to use it, and the reason is because the radionics rate is essentially, put it like this: you gotta synchronize your subconscious mind with your conscious mind. Okay. And if you want to feed a thought form with radionics that you've created, okay, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're either feeding a thought form or you're affecting somebody or something, like some energy field remotely. You got to tune into that, and most people are not able to tune into those things. So radionics is a good tool if you are already able to practice, if you're already able to do magic, because you are the instrument that a radionics device is just expanding, or it's helping it. All right, but it's not a surrogate for magical power. All right, So most people will get radionics machines, but they will not be able to use them. That's the sad part. So most people want the easy route. They don't want to do the work. You see, so it's not going to do them. It's not going to help them. Do you invest in Indian stocks? I don't invest in stocks. I invest in business models. So I don't give a fuck where that business is. I don't care. Literally, I don't care if it's in India, if it's in fucking in the Himalayas. I don't care. Yeah, of course, I invest in anything that makes money. Do I have Indian stocks in my portfolio right now? No, but I think India is a very interesting market. I think India is one of is a very rising. It's a rising power. You know, um, it has a massive population, a lot of well-educated people, and the future for India looks pretty good. I believe. You know, so yeah, I mean, absolutely. Right now in my portfolio, I only have like around 30 stocks in my portfolio right now, and there's I don't know. There's no Indian stock in there, but I'm not opposed to investing in India. Why not? I don't care. What's the most effective method? It's kind of weird. Like, why would you like? No, I don't invest in India. I don't want their money. Like, doesn't even make sense, right? What's the most effective method of making charging sigils? For me personally, I prefer the word method where you write a word or you write a sentence, and then based on the letters of the sentence, you create a symbol, an abstraction, right? And charging that, I like to charge it with pure concentration. You know, when you focus on the intention behind the sigil, you're feeding a thought form that is represented by it. Can you tell us more about Palomayombe, its deities and traditions? They have Eligua, correct. He seems similar to Papa Legba. Nope, they don't have Eligua. Eligua is a Santeria Orisha. Palomayombe, we got Mpungos. Mpungos are 9 deities that are kind of like representations of the divine, and it's necromancy. Palomayombe is necromancy. So when you get initiated into Palomayombe, you get a muerto, which is often it's a former palero that is deceased, and he becomes your guide. He becomes your teacher, and you know, it's a beautiful spiritual tradition. But there's very little formal training in Palomayombe. You already got to be psychic in order to practice Palomayombe. You got to be able to communicate with the spirits because your muerto becomes your teacher. You get what I'm saying? You can also not directly communicate with the impungos because they're divinity. You can't directly communicate with divinity. So you got a muerto that that is he's the ambassador between you and and the impungo. Yeah. So Eregua is Santeria. It's a completely different tradition. I know a lot of. I think this guy, what's his name? In the 80s, there was this guy who published a book and said that Palomayombe is basically the dark side of Santeria. It's complete bullshit. They are completely separate traditions. It is true that a lot of santeros are also paleros, and a lot of paleros are also santeros, but that is only because it's from the same island, from Cuba. Okay, so Santeria and Palomayombe are very prevalent in Cuba, and that's why a lot of people practice both. But it's not because they're the same religion or the same traditions. They have nothing to do with each other. You can also keep this. The spirits cannot be kept in the same room, by the way. Okay, so in Santeria, Santeria is very light. Palo is more dark energy, right? And they kind of like they are in conflict, so you can't keep them in the same room. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Good morning from Florida. What's up, Perception? What's up, Michael? Are there some angels which are entangled in the fulfillment of worldly desires of practitioners as opposed to purely spiritual? Um, yes. Listen, you can get an angel to do whatever it is that you want, as long as you are in touch with your divine essence. Your divine essence allows you to command a demon as well as an angel. So without this contact to your higher self, you can do neither. You can't control an angel or make an angel do what you want or a demon. But when you got that, they all will serve you and do what it is that you want. What type of energy work do you practice? As in qi gong, reiki, tai chi? Which one? Reiki and tai chi, and I also do yoga. Um, yeah, I consider yoga energy work too. Absolutely. Okay, guys. So the reason why I'm doing this live stream, and it's interesting, man. 17 people. I can't believe it, man. At this time of the day. So here's the thing, guys. If you want to learn my magical system, you can request to join my order. Okay, the Order of the Grail of the Serpent. I'm opening it up for new members. I just posted a link in the chat here. Okay, a link in the chat. When you click the link in the chat, you're going to be sent to the Grail of the Serpent in a Circle, which is a Facebook group. Request access. I'm going to let you in, and then you can message me. Message me and ask to join the order, and then we can talk. I'm gonna find out who you are, if you're a good fit, and then you can learn my magical system and learn all my secrets. Yeah. How many members are already in there in the order? That's confidential. Nobody is supposed to know that. Okay, guys. I hope you got something out of this. Come join the order, and I'll talk to you soon. Be well. Bye. The Order of the Grail of the Serpent.